Mercedes-Benz are hard at work with yet another model this year, and this time it's the new V-Class and EQV. Now, if you've never heard of a V-Class in the world of Mercedes, they are one of the most practical vehicles you can buy due to its shape, also known as an MPV, which is a multi-purpose vehicle. Initial looks make it look very classy indeed, with the new grille following on from previous newly launched models in Mercedes, with tiny small Mercedes logos with the central star. Now at first glance it looks more angular at the front, giving it a more modern look, which is pretty clever because it must be pretty difficult to do considering the car's shape. But because of its shape, it has so much practicality, which I'll cover in a minute. Now for the UK, it looks like there's two options of wheels available, both at 19-inch, but as usual it depends on which package you go for the styling of the wheel. One extra thing I should add in the UK is that there are two different lengths of V-Class available. One is long and the other is extra long. Dimensions for these two are on the screen. The difference between these two is just the extra length applied to the middle or the rear section of the car, so if practicality is key, extra long is the one to go for. So, as there are two versions, they both start from about 74,585 for the long version and 75,595 for the extra long version. Both are available in either 7-seat or 8-seat configurations, so that'll either be 322 or 332 on the inside, just like this. Now the cool thing with the V-Class model in Mercedes is that the chassis has runners down what is almost the entire length of the interior, so you can actually customise to a degree where the seats face. So you could take them out and of course even get them to face each other if you'd like, or of course adjust all the rows for more or less legroom depending on your passengers' needs. Now the interior's also had some huge upgrades too. Do you remember the previous design? The V-Class before had a screen hovering in the middle, but this latest version now follows suit with other Mercedes models with a landscape styled screen across the dashboard, which looks super smart, and I actually think it suits it better. And for those of you who'd like to keep an eye on this sort of thing, yes, there are physical buttons for the climate control. The multimedia system is one of the latest generations of MBUX, which features profiles for up to 7 drivers, so you each can have your own settings and preferences, all running through Mercedes Me. Now I don't tend to go through exact specific specs too much on my channel as it varies so much around the world, but it is awesome to see that parking packages and 360-degree cameras are now starting to be more standardised in this new model, which will make parking a breeze for anyone, especially considering it's longer than your traditional car. The steering wheel does also have capacitive touchpads, but I guess once the screens are set up in the way you'd like, you don't have to interact with it too much. Oh, and I should also add there is a touchpad in the middle too, just in case you wanted to operate the central screen that way. Just like previous models, to access the main compartment, the doors are fully electric, as standard, and slide all the way back to make it one of the most easiest for getting in and out. The tailgate is also electric, just like before, also known as an easy pack tailgate, and also has a split folding door just in case you want to open it in case there's someone parked up right close to your boot. Now, while researching, I did note that the new V-Class for the UK did not have electric seats even as an option. Now this could be due to the fact that it's just launched, so it may come later in the year or something. But to be 100% sure, I'd recommend that you just contact your local Mercedes, and they of course can keep you updated. The same also applies to any form of upgraded sound system. Now Mercedes have offered Burmester or Burmeister previously, but again I couldn't see any mention of this. For me, if I was ordering one, it wouldn't be the end of the world, as I do have a similar thing in my car, which is a Mercedes own branded sound system. Now personally I'm actually quite picky with audio configurations and sound setups, but it suits me and I quite like it. So I'd suggest giving it a go, if you take one out for a test drive and see how you get on. Finally, something else to be aware of, I also couldn't see an option for a panoramic sunroof for the UK. Now I know most people won't open it anyway due to the noise at higher speeds, but again, could be similar to the last 2 points, it might arrive in the future, so reach out to Mercedes and register interest, and that way they can keep you updated with any changes. And the final point, engines. So for the engines for the V-Class, they all have a 2-litre diesel in the UK, and just like the previous engine, it was super smooth and glides through the gears, which is kind of what you want for a car like this. Now this is available in what's called a V220D and a V300D in both the long and extra long variants. If it's again just like the last version, then it should be 163 horsepower and 237 horsepower. On the electric front, range will be over 200 miles depending on the configuration, and charge times will be from 10% to 80% in approximately 40 minutes on a 110 kilowatt charger. Of course, as with all EVs, I would recommend that you charge at home and wake up with a full battery each day where possible, or up to 80% if you're battery optimizing. If not, then making use of the Mercedes Me Charge network would be essential, which is on this video right here. So if you want to learn more about that, click on this little pop-up banner right here, and that way it'll take you straight to the video on Mercedes Me Charge. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.